All right, welcome back. Cats are fed and happy. Oh, thanks for that tip about using radiant quartz in the light well to generate liquid starlight at a lower rate than aquamarine or rock crystals. Cool. We need to make some more of these. For sure. Yay, rain. Ooh, there's way up there, there's some forest hives. Cool. It's about twice as efficient if you use shaped radiant quartz. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the shaped. I haven't made the gem cutter yet. We're just doing the initial opening tasks for each of the magic mods I want to get into today. That's why they're in chests here, because I'm like, okay, these are the things I want to get started on. So we're starting on Astral Sorcery. We have rock crystals, we have materials and supplies, we have starlight generating, so we'll be able to get going with that. Yeah, I saw a couple of entries about compatibility. Yep, I did. Like with Thaumcraft at the very beginning with what was it? Wasn't it with... It was with the Manifest, wasn't it? No. Anyway, I saw it. There, right here. Fusion stabilizers. So yeah, I knew there were little tidbits of things inside the book. I haven't really read a whole lot of the book. We've been going as I need things. Right now, I'm just using it for massive storage. But yeah, so we are started with Astral Sorcery. I believe the next thing for Astral Sorcery is actually doing the next well, we have a couple of thoughts here. We have a lot of different magic mods that provide tools and weapons, and some that provide armor. Do we want to explore any of the armor and tools and whatnot of all these different mods? Because we could use some of these rock crystals and turn them into tools. Britannia also has tools. I've used them numerous times before, and I really like them, but we've used them a lot. So that is something that if I start using them, I feel I'll just stick to. Embers has some pretty decent tools. Roots has some okay tools. They have some really awesome looking armor that is almost iron tier, so I'd be a little lower on the protection, but it's really cool looking. Thaumcraft we will get into with the tools and stuff. That requires us to make thaumium, I believe, in order to get to their first tools. Let's look up axe. So yeah, we've got the ones from Astral Sorcery. Well, we haven't been to the Aether yet, so there's that. We don't have the Aether ones, but that would be cool to do the Aether ones. Then we have these Embers ones that are really nice. Yes, this is rendition number 3 or 4 of Spilled Juice. Yep. There is the Erebus in this pack. I will not be going there. Just put that out there for you. I will not be going to the Erebus. There is Psi, but I'm terrible at understanding the trigonometry and complex math that is required to combine the variables and whatnot together. So I avoid Psi just because I don't understand it. And yes, I know you can go and grab spells off of like Pastebin or whatever. I don't understand it. I have struggled with it, and I think it's just because it's not... It's not something that I'm going to easily understand. So we do have magical psi in this pack, so things look more magical than they do technical, I suppose. There's roots. Yeah, thaumium is for thaumcraft. Oh, so yay. Cyclic. Emerald. Alright, so there's cyclic in here too. Yeah, these things you can get really awesome stats. No tinkers. This pack has very little in the way of your common typical mods, the very big ones that everyone's like, hey, Ender IO, thermal expansion, Tinker's construct, yay. None of those are in here. Extra utilities, not in here. If you're into tech, the tech things that are in here are magnetic craft, IC2, immersive engineering, and immersive petroleum. It has Botania and Astral mostly because the community that this pack was built for requested it. I wouldn't play this pack without Botania and Astral in it because I wanted a Magitech playthrough where I did mostly magical and magical techie things, and so Botania was a given. We also have Incorporeal, which is an add-on from Botania added to the pack. So it'll expand my Corporea networking when I get to that point. Thaumcraft has a bunch of add-ons. You know, that's in here. I'm really looking forward to learning wizardry, but I want to spend a decent amount of time understanding how these spell works and playing with the spells and stuff, which is why I haven't started it. Anyways, I'm just yammering on now for the last 10 minutes, and I want to get forestry going. In order to get forestry going, specifically, we have power. We have very, very basic power. I showed you that at the beginning with integrated dynamics. We need to make apiaries, because I want to skip over bee houses altogether. And in order to make apiaries, we need impregnated casings. Impregnated casings need a carpenter, so that's one machine. Needs some kind of oil, olive oil or seed oil. I don't have either. And in order to get that, we need a squeezer. That's another machine. So the squeezer, we need to be able to squeeze all sorts of seeds. And I think, yeah, the rustic seeds and whatnot are all compatible with it. So we need a squeezer. We have a mechanical squeezer, but I want to do the forestry direction. So we're going to make a squeezer, we're going to make a carpenter, and then we'll be able to get our impregnated casings so that we can make apiaries and skip over bee houses. If you've never done forestry bees before, and I am by far not an expert, bee houses are great if you just want to get a whole bunch of drones from one specific type of bee. So if I just put a forestry princess in, you'll just get drones of the same type. There's no mutation chance in a bee house, so they won't mutate at all. And they're also not automatable, so you have to manually take the princess and the drone and put it back in to make another queen to do the cycle over and over and over again. Apiaries, we will be able to automate with Buildcraft with the apiarist pipes. Yeah. We could potentially learn integrated dynamics, and there might maybe be a way of doing that with integrated dynamics. But I feel a bit intimidated by integrated dynamics. It's very, very Engineering directed. It has a lot of variants and things. I would really have to really practice it in other areas in order to understand it. Not saying I'm not going to do it, but who knows? Integrated dynamics, in my opinion, while it seems extremely techy, also seems kind of magical. Which is why I, decided to try to do it for my power. So we're going to need to make 2 machines. Let's go ahead and craft those 2 machines. So the first one we need is a squeezer. And so we need you. And then we also need a carpenter. Alright, so the squeezer needs a sturdy casing, which are just bronze. So we need to make bronze. Which means we need to make bronze dust, which is copper and tin dust. So we have some work to cut out for us. There's copper, there's tin. And right now, all I have is this lovely grindstone to make the dusts. What is the forestry method for making bronze? Because if forestry requires bronze, there has to be a way for it. Is the forestry method this as well? That's what I have to... I think the forestry method is that as well, is to make a blend. In this pack, it's overridden by the IC2 recipe, but I think it's the same. Eight. We're going to need a lot of this. And an automated method, as you saw, would require a bit of tech. We could do it via embers in the future, which we may end up doing because that's something I wanted to get started on so that I could set up ore doubling through embers until we had bees online. Let's do that, and this is going to take us a while to get all of the bees that we need. Trust me, it's going to take me a while. And I want alvearies, so we're going to need to get the bee direction towards alvearies, which is what we're starting here. We're getting hive bees going. What was that? Did you hear that weird sound? I hear it again. Where are you? That doesn't quite sound like a villager. What is that? Oh, it's a wizard. Are you a good wizard or a bad wizard? Oh, you're a bad wizard. Oh, okay. Bad wizard. I don't feel like killing wizards right now. Let's do that. Done. And it's 1 tin and 3 copper, right? Okay. And then we should be able to just smelt these into bronze. Okay. Great. We got a lime stained glass pane and a blue orchid this time. Actually, that goes down here. Oh, you're so slow. Okay. Definitely gonna want to get embers online a little. Whew. I don't think we have time to do it today. Do we need a sturdy casing for... We do. We need a bunch more bronze. Woof! We need a lot of bronze. We need 8 for you. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 bronze to get started. There's no way I have 22 in here. I have 20. I need a couple more. Yeah. Oh, is he just gonna camp out over there? Am I gonna have to kill it? It's not an impregnated casing, it's a sturdy casing. See, when you start here, the sturdy casing is 8 bronze. And then here it needs another sturdy casing, so that's 8. But it also needs 6 here. So that's 16 plus 6. So let's just get that in there. Yeah, I need to make both of them in order to get this going. So let's do the one here. And then that would be 6, 10. Oh, we need glass. I don't have a whole lot of sand. I'll have to go get more sand. So we'll get you going. And then the carpenter also needs glass. Okay, good. Okay, let's go faster. So here's our other casing. So that's done. So the next thing we need to do is here for the squeezer with the 2 pieces of glass. There's our squeezer. Now we might need to make an integrated dynamics to have an export here, exporter. Yeah. Or we need to make an energy exporter. Ah, yes, we do. I don't have one. What is needed for that? Energy exporter, because I'm going to need 2. So we need to make the output variable transformer. I have 2 energy interfaces, so we just need to make this. And we have the... Oh, hang on. Which one of these? This one. And this. And these. Oh, it's just that and that. Haha. Okay. I need 2 of those. And I think we're going to need another piece of logic cable. Alright. Oh, I might need the wrench too. Hang on. Alright, let's see if we can... This was trial and error the last time I did this, so let's see. And then we... Oh, I need the variable cards, don't I? We need to put a variable card in there so that it exports energy. Yay! Learning new mods. It's always fun. There we go. Now you should have power. Yes. Great. And then we'll put the carpenter right there. So I think this... Will this auto push? Or do we need pipes? I might just bucket. For now. I might just bucket it. I don't remember how many seeds it needs in order to make a bucket. We'd have to look that up. We'll harvest our wheat. We have a little line over here too. And we'll turn half of you back into seeds? Nope. Because we have the wheat recipe. Alright, how much does you make? I need 10 seeds per bucket. Okay. Good to know. It's still going. Look at that. It's almost half full. I think each one of those holds 2 buckets, or is it just 1? Okay, so we have glass, bronze. We now need to make a carpenter. So our carpenter is what will actually craft the impregnated casing that we need for apiaries. We need to put you there and a variable card in the export energy spot. You now have energy, and now we can do the impregnated casings. These, which are logs. Like that. And then we just need oil, seed oil. Do we have a bucket yet? No. Oh, this is going to take a lot more than 10 seeds per. Wow. Okay. The best seeds for seed oil. This makes 50. Anything look like it uses more? Does more than 50? Those only do 10. If you make a radiant tank and a radiant amphora, I believe you can scoot the partial buckets around. Well, I need a whole bucket anyway, so it's more that I just wasn't sure. Woof! Look at that. That's from. But yeah, it's a nut. I wonder though, the olives were added. Olive oil works. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. It was considered a not that olive oil. See, it shows rustic olive oil. Only a quarter of a bucket is needed. Okay, so not a whole bucket, a quarter bucket. So we'd need 25 seeds because it does 10 millibuckets per seed. So we need 25 seeds to do one of those. How much does the olive give you? Holy moly. I only need to do one olive. I need to find an olive tree. One olive per. Yeah, I need to find olives. We need to find an olive tree. Let's get enough to do the one with seed oil. We have 180. We need 2,500. 2,500, 250. But we need to do an entire bucket in order to dump it out. The different things that you can put in there. Interesting. Alright, so once we have a full bucket, I'm going to switch to olives. So this will give us time, because we're going to need to get this to grow. We'll grab the other ones that create seed oil. I don't think any of the XL food stuff does. Rustic stuff does. I don't want to do the grapes yet because I don't have more of those. What do I have in here? I have the foodstuffs. I don't have the seeds in there. Oh, well, that's a challenge. Let's put the seeds in there. I think that's it. Because we haven't started that. Okay. At least with this 1 bucket of seed oil that we're making, we will be able to do 4 apiaries. There's that. Okay, so we need to put some more coal in here, which is another reason why I was making charcoal. Need to replant. Oh, we got a flare. Woo! We need to replant some trees, don't we? All right. Ooh. Yes. So we may have to hang on. I have to do that with the melons too, I think. We're at 52. Gonna take forever. But that's the way the beginning of the game always starts, right? It's always like that. I don't need the beets though. Is there any way I can convert these back into seeds? Probably not. No. What is that? Oh, I see 2 plant balls. Yeah. Portuguese pavement. Oh, that's right. The thatch from Mystical World is really cool. Earthworks. Definitely want to get into earthworks. I haven't decided what my base is going to look like yet. But I'm considering making it like the Wizard's Village sort of deal. So it would be in this forest because it's a nice dense forest. And there would be like little huts for them to live in and then larger, more fantastical buildings for, you know, the different things that are going on. So it'll be... That's my thought process right now. That could clearly change. But this is a decent sized forest. Oops, don't want to trample. Can we look at it? See, this is what's behind us right now. It's a very big, expansive forest. I did go out this way. There is a couple of dungeons that I haven't conquered. I just discovered them and left them there. I was looking for villages, yet to find a village. But yeah, there's this relatively dense bit right here of forest. So yeah, we could apprentice huts and wizard mansions. Who knows? But I thought, you know, earthworks would be really good for, you know, making it look pretty rustic. Rustic isn't quite the right word, but homey, you know, kind of just muted, and you know the houses are going to be muted, lived in looking homes, and then the structures like the Astral Sorcery areas are going to look fantastical and magical and amazing. So I'm trying to see how I would incorporate that. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I would love to live in a forest. I think it'd be really neat. And this is nice big tall trees that eventually I could add some of these to, or some of the sparkling flowers from Botania to, you know, give the upper canopy some life. So give it all sparkles and stuff too. So there's that option, that thought, you know. So I have thoughts, just nothing has formulated into a plan yet. That's true, the radiant lanterns. We've also got the embers lanterns. How are we? 680. 680. Grow faster. Yeah, because it's the growth infusion is just, that's true. I could, hey. Wrong button. I pushed 2 instead of 3. How did you get in here? How are you getting in here? I'd like to know. Aha! We're gonna fix that. Haha. Alright. You're going this way. Haha. Now you can't. Make sure you can't do it here too. Great. Now I shouldn't get any more invaders. Except for him. I just heard him. Did you teleport down there somewhere? Now that should be 700, 750. We can't do those, but I can do those. 860. $900. Whoop. 4 is 900. Almost. Yeah, almost. Hello. Dang it, you could have at least dropped a... Oh well. Oh well. Alright, put you in there. You there. You there. Keep our inventory somewhat cleared out. I still have Astral Sorcery in there. We need a backpack soon. I need my toolbox. We have Forestry Backpacks, which are useful in their own way, especially like the Apiaris one and whatnot. There are these, and there are also iron backpacks. Probably do iron backpacks. Uh-huh. So which one do I want to do for my toolbox? This will just be for things like the chisel and any wrenches I get. No. Probably just do a basic. What do we need for that? We need leather. Hi guys. Are you hungry? Tool belts aren't in the pack. What? There's a toolbox. Hey! Yeah, I don't have a way of getting into that just yet. The aluminum plates. Well, I could do a forge hammer method, probably. There's an actual toolbox. Oh, you only gave me one. And there's none there. Alright. I need the meat. Okay. And then I should have more leather here. Yep. And then it was wool. Yeah, 4 wool. And we're gonna need that sheep. Where did I put my lassos? There they are. You're totally adding what? Tool belts? Is there an individual mod for tool belts? Well, I mean, I do have, I have this guy, which there's a higher tier version. And I could put whatever I want in here, and then this is spell ingredients, and then there's a higher tier one. You can cycle through your tools. Well, there's, Morpho tool, which doesn't appear to be in here. The Morpho tool would be nice. That is the tool equivalent of the Akashic Tome. But I do have, like I said, Roots has, this is just the lower tier one, the component pouch. You can make a higher tier one that holds more items. Yeah, see here, well, the component pouch might actually be bigger. No, this one has to be bigger if it needs Fey crafting to do. But we could definitely probably do that for our toolbox, come to think of it, since I'm going to be keeping my spellcrafts, my spell staves in it to begin with. We're out here to look for... apparently the wolves have been getting in... The wolves have been... That's the only reason the sheep can be gone. Yeah, I think that's the Morpho tool that you're thinking. Well, maybe not. Anyway, sheep is going to be a challenge. Because the wolves, the dire wolves, are going to eat all my sheep. Because that would be the only reason why they're gone. Yeah. Your link didn't work, Mike. I don't think I have Link's capability. And I don't think I have a whole lot of sheep available anywhere nearby. I just have this silkworm. I could set up silkworms automated. Because this just turns into silk, which can be turned into wool. Excuse me. And then we need a chest. There we go. We have our basic backpack. But yeah, like I said, I forgot I had this. Which is also storage. Alright, do we have all the seed oil we need to get our apiary started? No, we need 2. We need 2 seeds. There we go. And off it goes. Yay, we have our first impregnated casing. Everybody celebrate. Hype! All right. So now we can do our first apiary. And we need slabs. I think I have some. There we go. Okay. Bees. We're gonna do the forest, and I'm gonna do pristine, which means he'll never die. I'm gonna put you right there. Oh, I needed to grab drone. And then I need to make a this thing. The database. That's the carpenter as well with water, so we should be able to do this. I have everything. Once this is done using up the seed oil, which it already does. Okay, so we can make an apiaries database. We can scan these guys and monitor their stats. This guy should run just fine here. Yep. Do we have flowers nearby? It doesn't say it's missing flowers. Well, I mean, there are flowers, but I don't know. Let's just be sure, and we'll go put one over there. All right. So I wanted to run this through you guys, since if you may not know bees, there is what I'm going to be doing off camera is the bee breeding path towards alvearies. So that is the very first thing I'm going to do before I work towards getting mutations for the mining resources. So for those of you who don't know, you need to get an imperial and an industrious bee, at least one of each, in order to produce the materials needed to make royal jelly and crud, the liquid, it's not honey, pollen. It's like, in order to get, you know, the royal jelly, I don't know if it's pollen, hang on. I know royal jelly. Industrious uses. Must be the pollen. Yeah, that is pollen. Industrious, and then this is higher up. The jaded is higher up. So in order with those two particular specific supplies, plus honey, in order to make alveary blocks, and with binnies in here, there'll be there's a bit more. There's a couple more alveary blocks in here. So there's one lighting. I have no idea what this transmission is. Distributes it between all the Why does it need power? I know what that one is. Not sure why I would need the swarmer, but there's fans. I bet the fans now need power, the heaters and the fans. The gyro regulators, stabilizers. These are blocks I don't recognize, so I'm gonna have to learn about those. These were added. These are added by Binnies, I think, even though they say forestry. Maybe. Got some reading to do. Like I said, I have not done bees since Age of Engineering, which is in 1.10 Minecraft. There are some baddies over there somewhere. Alvearies are Binnies. Okay. I wasn't sure. Alright, so I can do a couple more. I want to do meadows. So those are my 2 hive bees that I want to breed together. In order to get towards Imperial and Industrious, the first step you need to do is take 2 hive bees, bees that you get in the world from hives, breed them together until you get a common. And that common bee needs to be stable enough that when you breed it together with more common drones, it maintains and stays common. So I'm going to make sure that I get a database, an APRS database, and get it scanned, and it has the traits that I want it to have. So it's 2 swords, what? So that it can stay a common. Yeah, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Alright, so let's grab a Meadows Pristine with the drone. And you should work just fine in this environment as well. No. Nope, the flowers one went away. Okay, so it's just, yeah, not daytime. Knew that was going to be a problem. And then we'll put another one here for I don't know what yet. And then we have a 4th one. Okay. So once you get to common, you need to breed a common and a hive bee together. That's why I'm going to be making a whole bunch of drones to get cultivated. And then you take cultivated and common and you breed those together. I mean, it's a whole fun thing. But I'm not going to do too much of that on camera unless you absolutely want me to. You have to understand a bit of the way the genetics work with the bees. Once we get the APRS database, I'll be able to show you, because each one has a primary trait and a secondary trait, and the hive bees should be forest and forest as primary and secondary. But when you start breeding them together, you're going to get like forest meadows. And then you're going to keep braiding them together until finally one of them becomes common. And it could be a common in a forest, but you want to make sure that the primary trait is what you're looking for. And then you keep breeding it with drones that have primary, that have that trait. So you're trying to blend them together. Much, like you think about human genetics, where you've got a parent with blonde hair and a parent with black hair. One of those is a dominant gene and one of them is a recessive gene, and whichever one is the dominant gene is likely what the child's hair is going to be. That sort of thing. That's what you're working on here with bees. And for a lot of people, that is very boring. So, yeah. Do we have a bucket in our light well? Woot. Yay. And we're gonna actually, this is way further down the line, but I think it's just a crystal. Do I need to throw something else in there? Can't remember. I mean, this will make it bigger, but to make the, I think it's something else goes in there too, a star metal, I think. This would just absorb the starlight. It would change its size. so it would be bigger. Which is something we could do to make these max size 400 for rock crystals and 900 for the other crystals. So we might need to just wait till we get to star metal. I'm not there yet, clearly. But hey, we have some liquid starlight. I don't have a tank yet. What tank option do we have? We can work more on Arcane Archives to get to the Radiant tier. We need to make a gem cutter to make a Radiant tank. What other? We've got Embers. Embers has great big multi-block tanks. Does Forestry have tanks? Yeah, fancy fluid storage. See, that's a tech thing that I would only use if I can't think of another option. Yep. I know fancy fluid storage, but that, like I said, I'm using tech if there's no Magitech option. And I know Embers has reservoirs. Alright, so let's see. We're going to remove you out of there. I don't need you in there anymore. We need the Apiarist database. Bees. I don't know what the master one is. I have no idea. There's no recipe, so whatever. You can make a tank out of anything, magic. Okay, I get your point. All right, 2 tin, 2 gold, 1... Ooh, we might not have an emerald. Emerald, diamond. We have emeralds. Okay, emerald, diamond, 2 gold, 2 tin. Glass. What else was needed? Redstone. 2 redstone. And then 2 buckets of water. Master databases are the creative version. Ah. Good to know. Okay, so should be able to click you in there. You should not be thinking that that recipe is... There we go. Inventory needs resources, yep. I need a glass pane, not regular glass. I bet it can use some of the colored ones I've been getting from the magic bean. Let's find out. Nope. Alright, so it needs a regular gas main. Alright. There it goes. We need a centrifuge. We need a third machine, guys. In order to fuel the database, it needs... Ugh. I don't recognize this thing at all. What? It's different than... Oh, it's different. I am going to be struggling with different... Ah. Okay. In order to scan a bee, how do you recognize these things? But okay, so I recognize the resultant tabs, but where do you put... To activate help tooltips, hold down tab and hover over your mouse over controls. Yeah. The apiaries have a slot. They do. I can't put it in there. Can I put in one that's not running? No. Maybe you have to smack a bee with it. Cute. Okay, well, geez. APRS database does not have an entry in the okay, let's look at the old FTB wiki. The unofficial one has some information. The APRS database is a handheld tool that keeps track of every bee species bred by the player. It will automatically add each species discovered to the database once a given species is bred successfully. A purebred bee is not needed. A single hybrid is enough to grant access to the listing. However, it does have to be the result of breeding. That's not going to tell me... Doesn't seem like it's going to tell me the qualities of the specific bee. Do I have to use a I don't think it's called lectern, is it? This escritoire analyzer, genetic analyzer. Look. That's what I need. I need to analyze them. This will tell me everything, all of the bees I have mutated, and the information about the bees that I have mutated, which right now are none. These haven't died off, so they're not going to be considered as options yet. But when they are done, I should be able to pick up the bees out of here, and they'll show up as I've done forest bees with it. Okay, that's what I think I'm understanding. So what I really need is an analyzer, which is this recipe with 2 more buckets of water. I need more tin. Okay. And there is a block version. This requires DNA dye. Woohoo. This is the regular version. Power and liquid honey, whereas this one should just require honey drops. Yes! This is I recognize this now, guys. We need honey drops, which is why I need a centrifuge. And then you put the bee you just get in here. Like these guys are done, so I should be able to scan them. We need honey. Hey, it just died just now. It gave us a bucket and almost 2. So we need to spin these. Yes, the button, exactly, the button lit, which means there's probably information. Yep, see? We have learned forest bees. And we can learn about their lifespan, speed, fertility, that sort of thing. The stats they require. Picked that up from understanding the wiki page. But we need this. We need honey. And the only way to do that is a centrifuge. So we need a centrifuge. We're going to need more of the power cable. It's already past time for my stream to end, which I can tell because my throat is starting to hurt. So we won't be able to scan these bees right away, but I can now do it. Just need to put honey drop in here. It uses 1 honey drop per bee you analyze. And if you get into bee breeding, you need to scan. You need to scan them all. Gotta scan them all. So I'm going to run this until I have a stack of forest drones. Okay. And I'm going to run this until I have a stack of meadows, which the meadows is done. So I bet it's in here too. Yep. So then I'll get an apiarist's chest and store those things in it. Because I can then use these drones to force another bee to become a forest bee. With a lot of work, but that's part of getting mutations. So you want a whole bunch of drones. I have a bunch of other bees in here. I even got a Valiant from loot. So, well, actually, I think I broke a regular hive and got that. But we do have some starting bees. There's a lot more hive bees out there. These are the ones I have currently. These are ignobles and drones. These are pristines. Ignobles have a chance to die, but they last a long time. So I wouldn't worry about it unless it's something that is really hard, unless you have no drones to force another bee to become it. That's pretty much the sense of it. So yes, lots of work ahead. I now have a lot of things that I can work on between now and next Saturday. Well, we might do this one on Wednesday. I'm considering doing switching between the 2 packs every other stream. Tomorrow will be a C Block Sunday, so if you want to watch some Rustic Waters, we'll be getting into Ender IO, and yeah, that'll be fun. So we're getting close to Applied Energistics and getting into more of the what I would consider endgame things. We're almost, once we make anyway, we're getting there. We're almost getting to endgame in that. So beginning here, ending there, yay! So I hope to see you back here tomorrow. If you're not already following me, go ahead and hit that follow button. You'll be notified when I go live. I stream 3 to 5 days a week. 3 for sure. I try for the others. But I'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Central Time, doing some C Block Sunday. I hope to catch you back here then. Take care, folks, and have a great rest of your Saturday. Bye!